Hey YouTube, this your girl Amber Gonzalez from the channel Ambie Gonzalez TV, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about the process of getting my driver's license here in Puerto Rico. Ever since I've moved out here to the island, a lot of you all have been emailing me about how can you move here, what is it like getting the ID, the driver's license, what do the government give you? I get so many type of emails. So today I want to tackle one of those questions, which is the process of getting a driver's license. When I first got here, I did initially go to the place, it's called SESCO. So that's where people go to get their take their driver's license test, get their ID. All of that stuff is handled at a place called SESCO here in Puerto Rico. Each city has one. Because I live in Caguas, I went to the one out here in Caguas, obviously. So moving on, one of the things that they'll ask you for your driving record. You will have to get a driving record from your state, whatever state that you're coming from. For me, I had to get my driving record from Michigan because that's where my old license was at. Now, mind you, I wasn't getting a driver's license for the first time. Somebody said, finally you got a license. No, I've been had a driving license since I was 15, okay? So what I did here was I just changed it over to a Puerto Rico driver's license. When you go into SESCO, initially guys, it is the longest process. It is horrible. When I first went in there, first of all, I wasn't there early. The line was wrapped around the building. It was extremely stressful. So long story short, I ended up leaving and I didn't go back until 2 days ago because my driver's license was expiring on my birthday. So I went on July 3rd. I had to go and get a medical exam done, which was only $10 out here. Any doctor would do it for you. Everyone have different prices. He pretty much just checked out my vision, and did like the normal stuff. The doctor would have you fill out the form and then they'll check you out, etc. So that was about $10 to do that. So I had to present my passport, my social security, and my old driver's license. Now, here's the thing, because a few people were asking me about the whole last name thing. So when you fill out the forms to get your ID or driver license here in Puerto Rico, when they ask you for your name, it's your first name, your father's last name, and your mother's maiden last name. Originally, that's how they expect you to have on your driver's license. So they pretty much want you to use your father's last name and your mother's last name, which is a problem for some of us because, like in my situation, my mother has not used her maiden name in over 30 years. So what do I look like walking around with identification using my mother's maiden name? That wasn't okay with me. So I pretty much outsmarted the system and I figured out a way so that I could keep my name the way I want and not add extra names. What I did was, since my original driver's license had Amber, my middle name, and Gonzalez, I made sure I presented my old driver's license so they know to duplicate my name the way that it was before I moved here. So I don't want to add any extra name onto my name. Like I said, my mother don't use her maiden name. I shouldn't have to. And I understand people have the idea of, oh, well, you're there, you need to assimilate, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's what I'm doing. A lot of us assimilate. But it's my decision. If I don't want to put my mother's maiden name at the end after my other last name, I don't have to do that. If that's not a law, then I should not be forced to do that. And I think a lot of people are just really confused because they think a name or the whole name situation means that, oh, you're not assimilating to the culture. No, it's just that I know legally I don't have to do that. And because of the fact that my ID, my old driver's license, my passport, and my social security have my name the way it has it, that's what I expect anywhere I go in the world, to use it the way that it's on my other documents. He did ask me for a birth certificate, but because I was able to present my passport and social security card and my driver's license ID, and it all had just my first name, middle name, and last name, he was able to put that on my driver's license, which was like the best thing. I was so happy about that because the lawyer had already warned me that, oh, they're gonna try to make you put your mother's maiden name, but legally you don't have to do it that way, right? So that's just something to keep in mind. There's a lot of people that reached out to me even through Facebook when they found out I moved here. They were saying like, oh my God, they made me put my mama's maiden name and they had me have these names. Like literally, I know a girl that commented under my video. She was saying how she got married and she had to put her father's last name, her mother's maiden name, and then it was De Los Santos because that was her married name. So it was like literally 3 names on her ID. So yes, initially they're going to want you to do it like that, but legally you do not have to. As long as all of your identification have the same name from wherever you were living prior to, you can say this is how I want it to be, and then they'll do it that way. It's nothing to argue about. It's not the law. Like, I don't have 2 last names before I got here, and I don't have it now. So thankfully, now my Puerto Rico ID is just my first name, middle name, and last name. One last name the way I wanted it, because that is my choice and I have that right. So that's just for the people that were really upset with me when I made the big deal about my daughter's last name. That's because I have that right. Yo tengo ese derecho. So I can choose however I want it to be, right? So now, mind you, my driver's license expired, it was expiring on that day, so I was able to still like use it as a valid ID. Now, if your license is already expired, or if it's suspended or anything like that, I'm pretty sure your situation might be a little bit different. So this is also something good to know, that they do have lawyers here in Puerto Rico that will do all of this for you. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, you will let the lawyer know, and they will handle all of that for you. So they'll go to Sesco for you. You don't have to stand in that long line at Sesco and be pulling a number and hoping that they call your number. You know, you don't have to do any of that. The lawyer, they have people in the office that'll go do all that stuff for you. Obviously, you have to pay a fee. There is a law office out here. I know Caguas that'll do it for like $60. I've heard there's some that do it for $40. So it just really depends on where you go. It's different prices everywhere, and all you have to do is like fill out the paperwork and boom, and you'll have your license like within, I want to say within 1 to 3 business days. That's always an option too. So I wish I knew about this before I put myself through the headache before, because I would have been paid a lawyer to just do it all for me. Let me tell you guys, so Sesco opened up at 7:30. I was out there like 6:45, and it was still a long line because people were waiting for it to open up. But nonetheless, by me getting there that early, when they opened at 7:30, I was out of there by 8:50 in the morning. So it wasn't as bad. I mean, I've heard of people being there for hours. Like the first time I went, it was so chaotic, it was so ridiculous. I am aware that I have a lot of viewers that are from other countries. Keep in mind, what I'm explaining in this video, this is for people that are in the States that are looking to relocate to Puerto Rico and just wanted information on how the driver's license situation works. So for you all that are like in Brazil or coming from Europe, your identification stuff might be different. Like, I'm pretty sure that it's a lot different. So the transition from the States to Puerto Rico is a lot easier for Americans, right? Because Puerto Rico is a territory of the USA. So it's not like you need extra documentation like that. All they ask for is you have to show proof of your where you're living in Puerto Rico, which I brought my leasing contract. They also want to have like 2 forms of ID. What else? Is something else? Oh, you have to get these stamps. So they call them sellos. So you have to make sure that you get sellos, which is usually right in the same area of Sesco. If you ask anybody around there, where can I get sellos to get my driver's license or whatever, they'll direct you to where you can get it done. And that was only about $12. So to change my driver's license from Michigan to Puerto Rico, in total, I only paid like $12, and the $12 was for the stamps. It didn't cost anything to actually get the driver's license, right? So, oh, and I paid $11 to get my driving record from the state of Michigan. So yeah, that's pretty much the process. I don't want this video to be too long. I don't want to bore you guys, but if you have any other questions regarding your driver's license or how to obtain it here in Puerto Rico, if you are coming from the States, just put your comments below. I'm sure somebody will answer your questions. That sums up this video. Espero que te le gusta este video. I hope you guys like this video. And before I get out of here, this video is sponsored by SpanishCertificates.com. So if you are a bilingual person that can speak both English and Spanish, definitely go to this website. Get your Spanish tested with a certified professional Spanish speaker, also a native speaker, and they will evaluate your Spanish speaking skills via Skype. And just like that, you'll obtain your bilingual Spanish certificate. So make sure you visit this website. Thank you, Spanish Certificates, for sponsoring this video. And that will be it. Share this video and subscribe to my channel. See you all later. Adios.
Calling me bad. Calling me bad. Calling me bad.
Chops on the track.
Have you it with me, baby, do what you want. Take a chance, just in case you see I'm the one. On my mind all day, you've been on the run, but my other hand is wet. My thoughts